Welcome to MotoGP Mac. In today's video, we're going to talk about the sprint race that just happened for the Australian Grand Prix at Phillip Island. Now, before we get into it, here's how it finished. Marco Bezzecchi won it from Raul Fernandez, Pedro Acosta, Jack Miller, Fabio Di Giannantonio, Alex Marquez, Fabio Quartararo, Luca Marini, Pol Espargaro, Enea Bastianini, Joan Mir, Johan Zarco, Alex Rins, Miguel Oliveira, Franco Morbidelli, Aya Agura, Lorenzo Savadori, Samkit Chantra, Pecco Bagnaia, and Michele Pirro was the last one across the line. Fermin Aldeguer crashed and Brad Binder crashed. So it was a strange Grand Prix, really. You know, Raul Fernandez took off like a scalded cat. Bezzecchi was behind him, and Bezzecchi didn't look comfortable at the very start of the race, making mistakes, running wide, this, that, and the other. And yes, he did hit that seagull. Maybe the aero imbalance was hampering him, but you know, I actually thought for a while maybe Raul could hang on. He had brilliant pace, but Bezzecchi did make a big mistake. Then he came back and just blasted past him, and that was the end of it. He was gone. Raul, to be fair to him, you know, rode a great race. He had pace that I didn't think he had yesterday when I was looking at him in practice, but definitely we can say for a fact the Aprilia is working massively around Phillip Island for those two. Pedro Acosta also rode a great race. You know, tough battle with Jack Miller and Fabio Di Giannantonio coming in strong, and then towards the end, also Alex Marquez was there. So, you know, really good race for Acosta. I was kind of hoping that Miller would get a podium at his home race, but you know, he rode a great race, and it's rare that we can say Jack Miller was the top Yamaha home. Fabio Di Giannantonio came on strong towards the end, but just a little bit too late, I suppose, more so than anything. Alex Marquez, I think it's a good result for Alex, considering the battering he got in the crash during qualifying. I think it's a pretty good, decent result. Fabio Quartararo kind of went backwards throughout the race, but, you know, still solid enough as well. Luca Marini didn't do too much, but saying that, you know, it is a top 10. Pol Espargaro, another standout rider for me. Now, you know, he only finished behind Pedro Acosta in the KTM family. So for me, when you look at it like that, it's a pretty good stand-in race for him. Good rider to have in the bank. Enea Bastianini in 10th. Joan Mir in 11th. All pretty close to each other, to be fair. Johan Zarco also just 12th, just behind Joan Mir. Again, lagging behind the rest of the Hondas, especially the Works Hondas. So frustration, let's just call it, for him. Alex Rins and Miguel Oliveira, 13th and 14th place, kind of where you expect them to be. Franco Morbidelli, didn't expect him down there in the race. Aya Agura is under investigation for tyres, so most likely he will get a penalty. Lorenzo Savadori and Samkit Chantra, good enough race. Nothing really where you would not expect them to be. Although they are ahead of Pecco Bagnaia, which realistically he sunk like a stone. At one stage there, it was like 2.5, 3 seconds a lap off of pace. So when you look at Pecco's lap or race time, 32 seconds behind in 13 laps, which is absolutely crazy. Something definitely majorly is going wrong there. I know he struggles in the sprint, but that's a bit way too much. If you look at it there at times, I think his fastest lap time was around 29.5. That would have just put him on pole for the Moto 2 Grand Prix, but saying that his average was more into the 30s, which, you know, he would have been out qualified easily by a Moto 2 bike. Michele Pirro did a good teammate job. He was definitely faster than Pecco, but just didn't pass him. All in all, I thought it was a pretty good sprint race. Gotta love Phillip Island. It is just an almighty racetrack to ride on. Definitely a track that you have to trust the bike 100%. And if you don't, well, it is clearly visible that you don't. Just ask Pecco Bagnaia. All in all, though, I thought it was a great race. Some outstanding rides from Bisecchi, Raul, Acosta, Paolo Spargaro. Really took a good point to the race. Miller as well, even. It was good to see them go. Definitely looking forward to tomorrow's race, which is going to be an hour later than scheduled due to the weather conditions and that over there. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. What did you think of the sprint race, and who was your rider of the day? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.